Morning, my name's Nathan. Come follow me for a day in the life of a UEA Welfare Officer. I've got a meeting heavy day today. So this morning we're meeting with Emma's son Pavel, who's the Pro Vice Chancellor for Student Experience. I hope I've got that right. That definitely is her title. And basically we have a catch up with her like once a month where we talk about all things officer and how the university can maybe help or maybe potential problems that they can see with stuff that we want to do. And then after that I've got a meeting with the two part-time officers for the two LGBTQ plus part-time officers to talk about a potential project. And then after that we've got Disability History Month planning because that's coming up, starts on November 16th I'm pretty sure. Then I've got my lunch. And then we've got MML, which is like our all-staff meeting. We have it once a week on a Monday. Once that's done, I've then got a meeting for potentially planning an event in the summer of next year before I leave. And then I end the day with my officer chat with our marketing team to see if there's any projects they can support us with over the week. So, busy meeting day.
Are you looking forward to it all today?
Yeah, I look forward to every day. It'll be fine. I think today will actually be quite a fun day because it's a bit more student oriented, I guess, than some of my other days where we like focus on like internal stuff. So yeah, it could be quite a fun one.
So Nathan, what do you plan to talk about in the meeting?
Good question. I imagine the things I'll be talking about will be the stuff that I've been up to in the previous week. So maybe I'll give a bit of a rundown as to what we did over Black History Month. Now that it's coming to a close, I guess my role in this meeting is to see if there's anything that the university wants to flag with me, at least this week, because we have these catch-ups so regularly. It's often quite good if there's nothing new to tell them, because it means that I haven't got anything crazy urgent that they're unaware of. This is something that I've picked up from a few different SUs along the way, and I think whilst we've got the SOC budget, so we get £5,000 allocated to officers per year, whilst there's still £4,500 in the budget, I thought it would be worth us discussing this as an option now so we can get the money if we want it. And essentially my idea is we're going to steal something from Manchester Students Union, doing a gender expression fund, open it up to students to apply for when they come to university and if they want to transition or have like physical things that will make them like affirm their gender, we can help support that. Oh, what is the next meeting? So I've got a little bit of a break, so I think that one ran a little bit short, got 20 minutes. So I think I'm going to run to the shop and get a snack. And then after that we've got the first Disability History Month planning meeting. I thought it was going to take us really long to get this photo because basically me, Luke and Mags, who works upstairs, does like photography, we just jumped on a bus. We didn't ask permission or anything, it was a bit naughty. And we were like begging for the bus to be empty, and it was. So we ended up getting off on the avenue. So it literally took us from campus to the avenues to get the photo. So I was like, that is actually pretty speedy. What have we got? Lemon Coca-Cola, chocolate M&Ms. It's not my usual go-to. I usually get a Pepsi Max and a packet of Minstrels, but they didn't have either of those. So I think I might have depleted their reserves for now. I used to do the warehouse shifts downstairs. The doors were broken for a little while and the people would get like trapped in the shop. So then you'd have to go and like wave at the sensor. So you'd have to go like that to let people out of the shop, which wasn't ideal. How are we all feeling about Disability History Month? Looking forward to you.
So excited. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
We've got student input, which is it is a good thing. Just
got it.
We've got ideas. Just put them into practice.
Practice.
I think last year as well, the peer support group, Meg did a collaboration with I think Pride, and they had, because I remember we had to, they ordered some like disability. They do lanyards of disability pride. It
is lunchtime now. You're more than welcome to join me. I'm going to get food from downstairs and then go and sit in the staff room and read a very interesting book. It's not actually interesting. It's St Neots Urban District Council, 1894 to 1974. I've just started the chapter on sewage, so we're in for a real treat this lunchtime.
Are we questioning whether or not tuna is fish?
This
is such
You have a question whether two is me.
It's not, it's factual. I'm sorry, I'm enraged, I can't cope.
If you have an octopus, if you eat an octopus, what is it? It's a fish.
It's great.
No, it's a fish. You don't want fish, do you?
It's an octopus fish.
no, it's food.
Or is it an amphibian?
So my desk is a bit eccentric, but it makes it feel a lot like more of a fun working environment for me. I've got the ziggurats tattooed on my leg here, and that's the reference photo of that tattoo. It's even like, if you look at it really close, it's got like the stencil outlines from where they used it. It meant a lot to me. I lived there in first year. I feel like it's quite representative of the university, and this place has changed. It sounds so cringe, but it has changed my life. You know, like I never did I think that like 5 years after doing my degree would I be working at, you know, for students and like doing all these like really fun but really important projects. You know, I thought I'd be doing some boring, shitty office job by now. A post-it note from the Islamic Society on campus, just saying thank you for the Eid meal that we did downstairs. I like looking at that. You know, it reminds me of like, oh, actually, like students do care about the stuff that we do here. You know. So the no grad fees. Obviously, I might not have been successful with like the actual removal of grad fees, but we gave away £4,000 to students with like graduation reimbursements this year. We've introduced some cheaper food options, and I think you've got the option to double up protein now in campus kitchen. So if you're getting that food, you can pay like I think it's like £1 extra, and you get a significantly bigger portion if that's what you're after. And then the last one, UEA Food Bank. Yeah, I'm pretty hopeful that we're going to be able to pull that off in some form. I think it's going to end up being a UESU food pantry, which is essentially, it kind of works better than a food bank because the logistics of it are a lot less on the person trying to get the food, so we're not going to police it. But if you're a student that's in need of food, you can just come and grab it. So working with the university to see if there's any funding for that beyond what I've been able to put into it already. Got to go to some local companies. It's going to be set up hopefully in our building pretty soon. So
but this is basically just like our one meeting a week where we can all sit down together and discuss like what is like the most important issues, because we're just such a weird company, have so many little bits. It's important that we all sit down together and discuss stuff.
We've co-opted it for the short term to talk about a winter event that we're running instead. We're hoping to do like a Santa bar crawl from the waterfront to the LCR around Christmas time, where everyone dresses up as Santa and you go to some venues in the city centre, and it will all be for a charitable cause.
Okay, so tell us a bit about the cat that you painted.
Well, I don't really know what we'll maybe do this. I think I wanted some acknowledgement of the fact that we've got a mascot at UEA now. So I know like York had Long Boy, and they've got the golden statue of this duck now, and it's like, well, UEA has Sylvester, but beyond like the posters and the t-shirts and stuff, what do you have, you know? So I was like, oh well, you know, I'm all right at painting. I'll give it a go.
What's your passion to keep you going through it all, keep you motivated?
I think today's been deceptive a little bit because my days aren't usually filled with meetings, and a lot of it is like, I really like I don't like sitting at my desk and doing like the paperwork. I'm very much a hands-on person. But the good thing is that if I'm ever in a meeting, usually it's for a good cause, or at least for something that's interesting coming up.
What are the biggest challenges that you find in your job?
One of the things that I really struggle with in my role is obviously I've got a really big read, so I've got to cover all the welfare concerns of all of the students. So unlike like the postgrad officer that just covers postgrads, or the undergrad officer that just covers undergrad, I'm one of the what they call like the major office holders, which means that I'm covering every student. And obviously student welfare is one of those things that has grown in focus and importance over time. So having that as part of my role is an immense responsibility. And you know, sometimes, like for the most part, I think I do a decent job. Sometimes I get students come to me and say, I needed you at this time and you weren't there for me, and all I can do is apologise and make sure that the next time, or if they're still going through their situation, that I can help them through it. So that's quite difficult. Obviously, the other part of my role, the community, I think that's the bit that I've got nailed. I think, like doing the community events and things like that, and helping foster connections on campus is the bit that I feel the most at home with. And then obviously, like the complicated part of my role, I guess, is the diversity, because obviously, you know, I am a white Anglo-Saxon male who's from the region. You know, I'm as undiverse, I guess, as they come. But it's my responsibility, as it should be, to make sure that my liberation groups are represented, and those minority groups feel like they've got a safe space with me, and that they can come and I will advocate for them, and I hope that I do a good job of that. But it's obviously it's an area of self-consciousness for me, because I want to get it right, and I think it's easy to get it wrong. So I guess I'll let students be the judge of how they feel I'm doing on that. There's so many like fun parts of this job and things that, like, this past year has had such low lows, but it's also had some of the highest highs in my entire life. So never did I think I was going to be, you know, 21 years old and planning an open air concert for free that had 1,000 attendees, or like even like last week. You know, I didn't think that I'd be 22 being the promoter of a gig at a venue in Norwich, you know, the waterfront. These are all things that I always thought were going to be out of reach. I mean, when I think back to last year when me and Luke were working on the night bus, and we thought it was like this far off like dream, we never thought we were actually going to do it. So to be able to, like, even when this job is really difficult, to be able to say to myself, no, actually you've done something that makes a difference, and or even at the least, like, you and your team have done something that has made a difference to Norwich, to the students. That makes me very happy. This is our, in theory, weekly marketing catch-up. I'm very good at missing them, because sometimes you just don't. Very busy. Yeah, and it's difficult to, like, be like, oh yeah, I'll absolutely be here on Monday at 4 p.m. every week. So we're planning a Christmas event. I mean, obviously the artwork's important, but like how we're going to market it to students, because I think we're only going to have space for like 150. Yeah, 150. So it's not, you know, it's not a business critical operation, but also we want it to work.
So it's the end of your day now. What are your plans sort of once you've finished?
So I'm gonna go back to the office, get my stuff in my bag. I've got 1 or 2 emails to respond to, and then I'm gonna go downstairs and get on my bike and bike home. And then I think this evening I'm doing pumpkin carving. So that should be fun. Well, thanks for following me today. I hope you've enjoyed it and thought it was interesting. And I'll see you soon. See you later.